Graeber engages in deception by purposefully confusing the context in which certain terms are used. Where Paul says he is an Israelite of the tribe of Benjamin, he doesn't lie. He identifies himself by race. Where Paul says he is a Judean, which is where what Jew is everywhere in the Greek, the word is Judean, it is not Jew. Where Paul says he is a Judean, neither Paul, and let me say that neither Paul nor Luke nor any other biblical writer used the term Jew. It doesn't exist at that time. But where Luke calls Paul a Judean, they don't lie. They're using the term to describe Paul's national identity. You're an American, and a lot of Negroes are American. That doesn't mean that you're a Negro. You're an American, and a lot of Latinos, if I have to use that term, are Americans. That doesn't mean that you're a Latino. Judean, what was a geopolitical term to the Romans, and Judea was a multi-ethnic state. It's not a racial distinction at the time, not at all. It's a national identity, which has no, at the time of Christ, it has no references to race because there are multiple races, the Edomites, other Canaanites, Greeks and Romans, and Syrians, and Israelites all living in Judea. And any one of them could consider themselves a Judean, and that is proven beyond doubt in the works of Josephus and in the Greek testimonies of Strabo and other Greek historians. So Graeber is being, he's being dishonest, and it's that plain. The terms, in terms understood in the Greco-Roman world, Judea was simply a national distinction, as we would, but it had nothing to do with race. Paul was born in Tarsus. Paul was born in Tarsus, and therefore he was a Roman citizen, but he still considered himself a Judean by nation because his parents were Judeans. In a similar manner, I might elect to call myself an American, and that's not a racial distinction. I could call myself a Saxon or a Celto-Saxon, and that's not a national distinction. I could call myself a German, the land where my fathers came from, and that would be a racial distinction. I wouldn't be lying on any one of those occasions. I could use any one of those terms, and I would not be lying. It's the context and the meaning that I'm using those terms in, and that's what determines how I'm using them.